What's going on, guys? This is Gum MVP here with my second video. Here I'll be going over some different thoughts as a beginner myself, learn just how to PvP, if you will. And so, with Dark Souls 3 as our platform, I've realized, I've come to a conclusion that I play games very safe. I think about things, kind of irrationally at times, and sometimes the best way to make up for that is to play very safe. When you watched me in my first video playing on Gum, I was doing safe hit confirm combos, that guaranteed almost 1,000 damage with my refined Lucerne. I was poking with a halberd, just spamming it, and I was doing great, and I realized when I started to make this video that I wanted to get out of my comfort shell. I think it'll be good for me, so I made this build, and it's been inspired by Corns, and he's a Twitch streamer, and it's a quality luck build, and it's really designed to make you bleed. As you see, I'm using Carthus rouge on this, and you just saw the first fight there. When I'm really getting out of my comfort zone here, I'm learning how to swing the sword for the first time. Now, I've played this game before. I've played a lot of different Souls games, and I've swung a lot of different swords. But there's something different about swinging your sword at another player moving on the same map as you. Sometimes you face things like you'll see in a lot of my videos, or I guess I've only had a couple now, but some of my matches could be laggy. That's very real, like you see right there. Some of this video will stutter for me, and that's a combination of, yeah, I don't have the best, the best parts running this job, and, I'm not having, maybe the best internet connection at times, but that goes for my opponents too, and PvP on the PC servers, that can be rough sometimes. So, not everything's crispy, and you just gotta roll with it. And even though, like, yeah, I have a lot of matches that are crispy, and I may only put, and you may see the laggy matches on here sometimes, it's because I'm trying to show you guys a very real sense of the beginner's journey of PvP, You guys are getting everything that I'm doing. It's getting very real here. Like, you just saw that loss right there. I'm out of my comfort zone, man. I'm swinging my sword. I went for the L2 combo twice, L2 to R2, and I came up short, and I got punished for it. It's just me being cocky. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having fun with this build. So the first couple of duels you're getting are the curved Greatsword. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. It has a really nice bleed potential, because it definitely bleeds out around 3 hits. Like 2 hits, I think gets you to almost 75%. And that just has a lot to do with luck, and just making sure you have your Carthus rouge up. What I particularly like about this weapon is, of course, it's its moveset. I can just I can put out this albeit I'm getting punished for it by this guy. I'm putting out a hitbox kind of right in front of him, and it pretty much catches everything. Like, you saw me earlier hitting him with it and hitting other people with it, but you put out that blade right at them and usually hit them with it. But the next topic that I had, like, kind of on my mind here, and you just saw it there, was, like, throwing knives. So I actually, use throwing knives quite a bit, I would say. I think throwing knives are really good, and I'm, overly reliant on them. And I don't know if that's just, a beginner thing or what. Ooh, the music just came on. But yeah, so what I'll do is I'll know that I'm fighting, but every time, if you see here my opponent's at range, I let them know that I have throwing knives. And I think that, ooh, there's some lag there. And I think that kind of gets them to come in a little bit more. Especially if they know that I'm literally going to throw them whenever I think that I'm safe to. Look at it right there, I just trade down. That's kind of aggressive of me, and I think a little beginnerish, especially because I have the simple Carthus offhand. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think that this weapon is really strong, and when I know that I'm stacking bleed, I'm usually okay with taking a trade that I know I can sustain. Like, you see with my vigor there that I was able to take those hits pretty well. See, look at this lag. He gets that whole little damage ring off on me. Now, I actually really like this build because, and I fought this guy twice. This guy was so laggy. Holy smokes. But So I just kind of keep putting out hitboxes, but he can like keep me at a good range. So I'm still like I still have to be kind of patient here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I don't know. Whatever weapon he's using is really sick. I haven't really fought a lot of these kinds of builds. Um, right there, I think like okay, I think when you're playing as a beginner and you're trying to just create a bunch of openings, you're not playing as a reactionary. You play aggressive like that. And with his build, see like right there, what he did is he rolled into me to do a rolling attack, and all I simply had to do was swing my sword twice. And although we traded, like I'm gonna get more out of that trade every single time actually. And usually if I'm gonna win that trade, I'm gonna get a second hit, which is of course it's gonna stack bleed, and that really adds up. Um, where was I getting? Where was I going? Oh yeah, throwing knives. Okay. Um, So as a player, I've found that when I get really close to being able to close the game out, I start throwing them like a little too much. Like I'm a little too spammy with everything. Ooh, that was a pretty big combo. But anyways, that's the Carthus curved greatsword. And sometimes you don't need throwing knives. Sometimes you just get nasty combos. But anyways, I'm talking about throwing knives here, and they're very fast, and you can actually kind of like like not target someone and throw them and then target them, and actually get like a lot of work done with throwing knives, especially if you're versing someone who's not stacked with armor, which is like pretty much any. Honestly, there's a lot of builds that aren't playing very armor heavy, kind of more going fashion souls. But yeah, if you're versing pyro, sorcery, any most dex builds, you can get away with getting like upwards of 40 or 50 damage on a throwing knife, and that's really nice to be able to close the game out. Alright, here you're looking at my first video, I think, or first duel with the Carthus Curve Sword, which is like, I think a super OP weapon. So not only am I planning to bleed here, again, playing off my high luck, my quality luck build, of course, I got my Carthus Rouge going on the sword, and I'm really just looking to run in and get those quick smacks. If you look there, I just keep trying to play into them. Right there, I know he's going to kind of stop playing games with me, and I just decided to stand in place and just R1. Yeah. The thing is people only want to run away for so long, it seems. People are content with fighting, and then they'll try to play defensive. Then they're like, when they want to go in, it's like really obvious, and they'll telegraph it to you. You know, they'll do things like run in circles. And if someone starts running in a circle, just you know they're gonna come in at you. You can wait, you could parry, you could probably just R1 them if you want. But they're literally, that's them baiting you to either commit to something where they can just kind of run backwards and then like run back in with an R1. But 9 times out of 10, they're just gonna come right at you. Yeah, so that's one thing I would look out for: people rolling or like running around in circles. Another trick people are really fond of is ooh. So that's the bleed. I wasn't sure if. So right here I can just close out with throwing knives. Again, there's kind of like my reliance on throwing knives there. She had a speck of health left. If I didn't have the throwing knives and I had to commit to going in right there, I could have potentially gotten messed up. So I didn't want to like overcommit to anything. But yeah, so here's the Carthus Curve Sword. It does pretty good bleed damage, as you're seeing. I haven't really had a chance to get any good like backstab punishes. I think those would be great for this video, but I couldn't really get a ton, and I just kind of wanted to put some content down of me exploring a new build, which again is kind of the theme of this whole video. As I've kind of been commentating my matches, I've kind of been just trying to showcase that I can show, like, you know, very slow like Lucerne or like Halberd play, you know, sitting behind my shield on Gum, which was my main PvP character in my first video. And then I have this character who's very how do I say, like, read heavy. It seems like I'm getting a lot of good like openings just from like running back and then running back in with an R1. Things like that. I'm just going for a lot more reads on this character and just being a little more in your face. And that's kind of like not super my playstyle, so I'm still trying to, I guess, kind of work around that. I've just been just sitting behind halberds and stuff. And I think that in order to really figure out the best options in this game, right? Getting the best punishes, getting the best, you know, reads, you know, making sure you're putting your character in a position to punish someone if they try to overcommit on like a bad R1, someone tries to commit on some kind of like long cast weapon art, you know, just being in a position to punish people is really important, and I think seeing all the different playstyles for what they are, I think that's the value. Anyways, thanks for watching. This was Gump MVP, and peace out, guys.